Yay! So good morning, Eileen. Appreciate you being here for this. I know Dina was gonna try and get on, but she's probably having technical difficulties with her phone, panicking. Um, I was actually thinking about starting out, about what's so great about Z Lab, why I'm here, what it means to me. I've got to mute this thing because it's so distracting to hear my voice coming back a few seconds later. Um, I realized that ZLab came into my life when ZLab and As Above Academy came into my life when I was in a lot of transition, still am, and it got sold to me as a think tank, and we certainly do sit around and do a lot of thinking, and we do a lot of talking, and we do a lot of exploring, but it really is an incubator, and more than anything else, it provides a container where um, both in what we do and how we engage. It provides a container for us to grow and for us to see the growth of others, to encourage the growth of others. And that can be really uncomfortable at times. And I think one of the greatest gifts that I've seen, I guess I should be facing my camera, not the screen where the Twitch is. Man, I am so inexperienced, such a novice at this. Um, One of the greatest gifts that I've gotten out of this incubator, this incubation experience, as we've started building our material for As Above Academy and started building our social presence here, like on Twitch. Um, yeah, I think I know people would disagree, Eileen, but yes, I think on occasion. Um, I mean, I wouldn't even be here doing this. I wouldn't have the confidence, the bravery, the sense of courage, even the sense of wanting to talk or having anything to talk about. Ooh, Dina's here. Um, Welcome, Dina. Love seeing you here. I love the 333. Um, I wouldn't be here if not for Z Lab and what we've done in that As Above Academy. And that, that's actually pretty amazing for me. I've lived most of my life through raw intuition and luck, only engaging partially and not knowing why, not knowing how to engage any better than I had. And, along this journey with these amazing people here in As Above Academy, I really started seeing why I've never felt like I've had the ability to communicate with most. I love listening. I love listening to people's stories, and I love being here with for the expansion with Eileen, and I've discovered why it feels as if why is it feels as if many people in my life have not had the capacity to be able to receive what I have to offer. And so sitting with amazing people that have the ability to help clarify that, to help bring that out, to teach you or to show you how it is to do things differently so you can evolve. It's an amazing experience. I can't say that it's been a pleasant one all the way along, but it's been an amazing experience being here to get to this point with my friends, my cohorts in Z Lab and Asimov Academy. So um, I wonder if Yeah, I wonder if your phone has. I don't know how to help you with your technical difficulties. You're gonna have to talk with James about that probably, or we'll have to get you a no phone. It might actually have something to do with the problems you were having earlier. And that's it, Dina. Sorry. Again, looking at the wrong screen. This is going to take some getting used to. Uh, I did a reading this morning, and I'll offer. Oh, hi James. How are you? Hi, how are you? I didn't see anybody enter the room. Does it show us when people enter the room? I thought it did. Oh, maybe not. Huh. Wonder if there's a way to change that on my notifications so that I actually know when people enter the room. Oh, little person in red. Right, I see it. So it's interesting. I was reading a meditation this morning, and the example brought up Thomas Edison and his development of the light bulb. And when he was asked if he ever had any doubts along the way, he said no, because he just viewed every failure essentially as uh, the discovery of one thing that wouldn't be adequate or would not work for his vision. But he had such clarity of vision that the outcome was never in question. It was the exploration of all the failures that brought him to the ultimate success and completion of the vision. And that hit me pretty hard this morning because most of my life I have lived without mission. And over the last few days, I've been put in the position of needing to develop one. And it's been interesting to see the insights that come around with the ideas around what visions I have, um, and whether or not I see them completed. So I also happen to be reading a book on Nikolai Tesla, the wizard. So I'm also learning about as him from the other direction. So that's also very interesting. And Tesla had that same drive. Um, so as I contemplate my own life and what it means to come back into Z Lab, because I've just recently re-engaged after a couple of months off, and this is one of the first official engagements that I've done. Um, I really have to think of myself: what vision am I bringing? What mission am I bringing? And do I see those things coming to completion? And how can the people around me assist me in that? And how can I assist them in theirs? So um, perhaps as we get towards signing off here shortly, that might offer you something to sit with as well. So I just wonder if there's anything else I can do for anybody else. Um, whether you guys want to see anything, what you're thinking, what you would like to see. I wonder, Dina, are you still having problems with the screen and no sound? Wonder if I am having the problems. Thank you, Eileen. Experience of incubating. Well, specifically with regard to ZLab and AAA, when we got together and we started, and I started just kind of got inserted into everything. Um, I knew I was there to help with things, and I had lots of great thoughts and ideas coming in, and had my ideas around what quote a think tank should look like, and it met all of those ideals. It really did. Um, and then, as my engagement deepened, I came to a lot of areas where I was out of my depth, or um, perhaps out of my depth isn't necessarily the right phrase, but challenged to show up in a in an aligned and coherent manner all the time. Just lots of things, lots of new experiences. And along with that, there were a whole bunch of other changes in my life as well. Getting into Mankind Project, changes in my business, having to look at how my actions and behaviors had affected my life in other ways. And so Z Lab being a think tank, yes, but it was also more than that. It is also more than that. We emote in Z Lab. We explore our soul connections in Z Lab. We go after looking at what our shadows or impediments or challenges might be. We go after what our gifts and contributions might be. We work towards um, having a more egalitarian sociocracy, um, refining ourselves in relation to one another, and that's not just a think tank. That's an incubator. Even our our values, our principles, our structure is centered around the idea of growth and expulsion, incubation. Uh, there are 5 E's: um, emerge, explore, expand, evolve, and embrace. Um, as we do our work, as we do the work of refining how we offer ideas, what the language we use, bringing other people in, adding diversity. Um, that is a container which doesn't allow for a static state of existence. So, if we're truly engaged as co-founders and co-creators intimately in ZLab, we are required in some respect to be able to flex and evolve almost constantly within the work that we do, because the container changes constantly. So yeah, we're not just a think tank. We're an incubator. We're an evolution chamber. However you want to put it. So those are my thoughts off the cuff. Yeah, finding ourselves in relation to one another. Um, yeah. Let's see. interesting. The icon shows it's gone down to 3 participants. I really am wondering how well. I'm assuming, Eileen, that it still shows as pretty consistent video and no issues for you. I'm just wondering if there's delay in things coming back to me with chat and things. And there's Ariana. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording and